Preferred Builders, a full staff of professionals that have been in this Jacksonville community for a long, long time, and they're ready to answer all those questions. And you know what it's like when you're making big decisions. Well, they can be pricey, but you also want to make sure that you get with the people that can take care of you and deliver on what you're paying for. So if you're thinking about a brand new home, a remodel, addition, you want to look around, it could be commercial or residential, you can trust Preferred Builders. Log on, preferredbuildersjacks.com, and don't forget, if you need a roof, you definitely need to check out preferredroofingjacks.com.
Hey there, Weekend Warriors. It's Matt Hayes. Sick of that slice? Tired of those 3 putts? What if I told you your handicap isn't about your swing, it's about your weight? Why not take strokes off your game by taking pounds off your frame with the Waco 180? We're talking 10 strokes off by August, getting your tour card by September, winning your first major, year 1. Think about it. Fame, fortune, and most important, winning $5 off your buddy because you, sir, are closest to the pin. Taking strokes off your game is just about 40 pounds away at Awaken180weightloss.com. Awaken 180 does not guarantee an immediate 10 strokes off your score, receiving a tour card, or the ability to control the weather. Individual results may vary. Your newfound athleticism might cause jealousy among your foursome, leading to accusations of steroid use. Awaken is not responsible for defending your honor in the clubhouse. Awaken 180 cannot guarantee that your newfound golf prowess will lead to a sponsorship deal, but we can't not guarantee it either. Awaken 180 is not responsible for any dramatic fist pumps or unsolicited golf tips you give to strangers. Awaken 180 does not offer refunds for any lost wagers made on your improved golf game. Bet wisely, my friend. Strokes off your game by dropping pounds off your frame. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Do the Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
At Garber Auto Mall, we can wiggle it. Best price, we can wiggle it. Best trade value, we can wiggle it. Best payment, we can wiggle it. Ford, Chevy, Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, with 8 American brands, we can wiggle it. Visit us in Green Cove Springs or online at GarberAutomall.com. And remember, at Garber Auto Mall, there's always a little room for wiggle.
Do the Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Arrested? Got traffic tickets? DUI? License problems? Gun charges? Drug charges? If you've been charged with any crime, call me, criminal defense attorney Malcolm Anthony, at 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW.
Are you feeling the heat? It's time to cool things down with Duck Duck Air Conditioning. Contact us today at 904-862-6769 or online at duckduckac.com. Duck Duck Air Conditioning to keep you cool and comfortable all year round.
This is Greg Huntington, a.k.a. The Mangler. I'm on the winning team at Waste Management. WM is the largest sustainability company in North America. If your business needs sustainable environmental services for waste removal and recycling collection, then you can count on the industry leader of WM to deliver results. Your services will be completed in a timely, safe, and eco-friendly manner. Go to WM.com, WM.com, and get signed up today. If anyone can talk trash, it's The Mangler. Go Team WM, and as always, Duval!
Hey, it's Matt Hayes, and summer is here on the First Coast. You know, long days, short sleeves, and soaring temperatures that can do a number on your AC. If you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. Hope is not a plan, so do what I did and plan ahead with an expert AC tune-up from Fenwick Home Services to avoid those costly summer breakdowns. Fenwick has you covered with same-day service, including maintenance plans, free same-day estimates, and guaranteed repairs. Book your expert tune-up today and avoid costly breakdowns tomorrow. Plan ahead instead of hoping for the best. Online at FenwickHomeservices.com. That's FenwickHomeservices.com.
This is Pre-Tection. Yep, Pre-Tection. The everyday skin protection ritual that protects your skin from mosquitoes. Pre-barbecue. Pre-playground. Pre-everything. Pre-every day. Prevention is the best protection. This summer, make sure you have OFF, the #1 dermatologist-recommended repellent brand. SC Johnson, a family company.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. In today's world of retail, how has a store like Underwoods stayed viable against the big national stores?
Frank, that's a question with a direct answer. At Underwoods, we've never aspired to be the biggest. What we've always tried to do is be the best. When you take this approach, there's some things that come to mind immediately, like fine quality merchandise bought by buyers that are experts, high levels of service delivered by a staff that are helpful and know what they're doing. Then there's some things that people don't really think about at all. Like the finer a gem, the more rare it is. And these gems are not mass producible because they were made by God millions of years ago. Because of that, there just aren't enough of these for the big multi-store retailers to buy and put into their merchandising schemes. So at Underwoods, we buy these finer, rarer gems and create jewelry pieces that the people in Jacksonville expect out of us.
When you want the best, it's Underwoods. Underwood Jewelers in San Marco, in Avondale, and at the shops of Ponte Vedra.
This is Molly McDonald with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update. Brought to you by Kuhn Flowers. Training camp is officially here for the Jacksonville Jaguars with new faces to watch out for. Jags legend Fred Taylor spoke with 1010XL's The Drill on his expectation for rookie wide receiver Brian Thomas Jr.
You know, you go out and get, a receiver early in the draft. Obviously, you want to make sure he's the guy for Trevor and Trevor's the guy for him. And in that he's going to be able to move along at a very fast pace and hopefully be a starter, or a high contributor on day one.
Down at the rink, the Jacksonville Icemen named Brandon Mashinter the new head coach. Mashinter has spent the past 3 seasons in Jacksonville working as an assistant to previous head coach Nick Luco. It's 92 degrees at 3 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
That division's going to be better, though. Houston's pretty good. Richardson's back. And Tennessee will be improved. That division will be a little better than you think, that AFC South.
This is XL Primetime. Brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool. On 1010XL.
Mad Dog Russo talking about the AFC South, breaking it down, and obviously taking a look at what this team can do, what the rest of the division can do as well. Welcome into the 3 o'clock hour. It is XL Primetime. We had to say goodbye to Coach Campo. He will be at training camp tomorrow. He will be with us on Friday. In fact, he'll be at training camp every day, but we will be breaking it down with him. So we appreciate him hanging out the first hour with us. And then, of course, talking with Mad Dog about what this division looks like and where it could ultimately be. And I can't help but pair this up with what USA Today put out as far as a prediction of how the NFL season will go and who they predicted to win the AFC South. Serge, you got a glimpse of this. Let's go through it. But what did you think when you saw who was predicted to win?
I thought it was ludicrous. I thought it was lunacy. I did, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree that the AFC South is going to be a lot better. Factor in that the quarterback play. I mean, you're going to have Anthony Richardson back. C.J. Stroud had an outstanding season. You're hoping that Trevor has another season back in like 2022, and then you got Will Levis. I mean, so you factor those in, but you got to look at within the division, where does this team rank position-wise? I mean, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Position-wise within the division, we aren't really that high. So I don't know why the overall sentiment is that Jacksonville is just a gimme. I mean, they're going to have to win some games within the division. The quickest way to the playoffs is you got to win games in the division. They matter more.
Well, we also spoke about how it was what Leon's talking about is when you're out on vacation, we were talking about a breakdown of the unit rankings on ESPN.
Yeah. Right.
And they had the Colts with not only the best offensive and defensive lines in the division, they were top 7 in the NFL in both offense and defensive lines. Okay? So, of course, this makes Leon jump up and say, wait a second. If they've got the best lines of scrimmage in the league, it's a line of scrimmage game.
Right.
The Colts are the team to beat.
Well, I'll give you the idea that, yeah, if they can control the line of scrimmage with both sides, because DeForest Buckner has been a very, very good player, and they now have help along with him. You want to talk about an aging player, he's right there. I'm not exactly sure timeline-wise where he is as far as he and Eric Armstead, but pretty close. But anyway, I agree with you that their lines of scrimmage are pretty solid, but they're also aging on both sides of the ball. And then you get to who they are protecting. Can AR make enough plays? I think what was the total number of snaps last year that Jonathan Taylor and Anthony Richardson had together?
It wasn't much.
Yeah, we're talking minuscule snaps together. And so the combination of that, you are correct. If Anthony Richardson can have himself a beginning to his NFL career that they were hoping for last year before he got injured, pair him up with Jonathan Taylor, pair him up with what Mike Pittman was able to do through the air, catching a ton of balls from Gardner Minshew, they could be good. But I ain't prepared to put the Colts at the top of the AFC South right now, no sir. And that's where USA Today has them.
So I will say this. I wouldn't be shocked by anyone other than the Titans winning that division.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I wouldn't be shocked by the Texans, Jags, or Colts. The Titans, yes, because I don't think they're there yet. And I don't think Levis is there yet either. So, yeah, to me, it's going to be the most competitive division in the NFL. I think it'll be fun. The entire season will be fun, but I'm telling you, 9-8 is going to win that division again.
All right, so here we are. This is at least what USA Today says, sirs. The Colts, it has the Titans 6-11, bottom of the AFC South. It has the Texans 9-8. That was the only smart thing this whole prediction piece was the Texans going 9-8. He's got the Jaguars going 10-7 and earning a playoff spot, a wild card spot.
Wow.
And they have the Colts going 11-6 as the 3 seed overall in the AFC. What say you about that?
So I guess some of that Texas shine is kind of,
at least as far as USA Today is
USA Today, I mean, they've been the media darlings all off season with all the acquisitions that they made. And, fair because C.J. Stroud had an outstanding rookie year. So I guess they figured that he's going to maybe come down a little bit in the pack, whatever. But that shows right there, you're talking about 11, 10, 9 wins.
Exactly.
That's competitive.
Just a game apart.
That means that you can't have any back-end collapses like you had last year.
Exactly.
Here, if it's going to be that close, every game is important, but especially in December.
Just a game apart with those. They predicted the AFC North, just a game apart between first and second. Bengals 11-6, Browns 10-7, Ravens 10-7, but not making it to the postseason in their tiebreaker. They got the Chiefs at the top of the West. That won't shock anybody. They have the Jets at the top of the AFC East. They have them 2 games better than the Buffalo Bills. That's a little bit of a surprise. And by the way, they've got Jets 12-5, Bills 10-7, Dolphins 8-9. That wouldn't be bad. All right, so I'll tell you who they have after that as far as who they have for the AFC representative for the Super Bowl here in a sec.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right, so attorneys for Gators head coach Billy Napier, Gators mega booster Hugh Hathcock, and Marcus Castro-Walker, former staffer, filed a motion to dismiss the lawsuit filed by former Florida signee quarterback Jaden Rashada.
Yeah, remind everybody what we're talking about. This was a big deal.
So this is where Rashada claims that Florida had offered him a 4-year, $13.4 million deal, and they reneged on it.
And the $1 million that was guaranteed by Billy.
Signing bonus, correct. Now, within the filing, the attorney for Castro-Walker states, quote, all of Castro-Walker's communications with Jaden's representatives were conducted in good faith and within the course and scope of his employment position at UF in an effort to recruit Jaden Rashada to attend UF. Castro-Walker occasionally passed messages back and forth between Jaden's representatives and others, but Castro-Walker repeatedly made it clear to everyone that he was only acting as a conduit of information and was in no way acting as an agent or representative of any collective or individual. In other words, he's now protecting Napier right now. Castro-Walker knew that colleges were not allowed by the NCAA to use monetary NIL, name, image, and likeness, promises as inducements to convince prospective recruits to sign with their school. So Castro-Walker repeatedly included the following language in his communications with Jaden's representatives. I refuse to be involved in prospect dealing. Accordingly, Castro-Walker may not be sued or named party defendant in this action because nowhere in the complaint is it alleged or proven that Castro Walker acted with the level of malice or evil intent necessary to make him outside the protection granted by Florida statute, blah, blah, blah. In other words, he's trying to protect himself, but he also protected Billy Napier.
Yeah. So that's significant, at least from a operational and a university, what are you responsible for point of view, because if you're acting as a member of the university, and that would be Billy, or as they were heading up that NIL part, that would be significant. All right, okay. We'll see where that goes.
It's just another step in the legal process.
Oh, my gosh.
By the way, and just to remind everyone that Jaden Rashada has hired noted attorney Rusty Harden.
Mm-hmm. But
he's a heavy hitter, and he's not taking the case unless he knows he's going to win.
Well, he's not taking a case unless he thinks he's going to win.
Well,
Okay, because
he does not. Let's just put it this way: he doesn't lose often. Okay,
right? But
if ever,
yeah, he thinks. Okay, because he may. What portion of this will he win? He may not be able to prove.
Well, there could be a settlement as well.
Yeah,
what it could be. Yeah,
and he at least right now, how long has this been around? For 4 months, 5 months? No one's come out with the fact that
long. Yeah,
that Billy. No one has come out with anything that says Billy. Here's the either the text chain or whatever that says he's officially offering that $1 million.
These kids tape. They tape.
Oh yeah, they do, man. You better believe they do.
Well, let's see it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree completely. They tape. They'll save text messages. They'll do all that. So,
yeah, usually you hear more legs, but
if my point is that if you're Marcus Castro Walker or Hugh Hathcock or Billy Napier, I mean, you just hope that you didn't send some kind of communication with someone that leaves you vulnerable. That's all I'm saying.
And I'm just guessing, since they're in that recruiting world a lot.
You would think.
Yeah.
Yes, you would think.
They have certain little sensors that go off in their brain that's not the way to communicate that, whatever it might be. All right, real quick, back to USA Today. We mentioned that they predict the Aaron Rodgers-led New York Football Jets making it to the Super Bowl with a 12-5 record. That means they beat the 13-4 Kansas City Chiefs to get to the Super Bowl, I'm guessing, in the championship game. On the NFC side, they got the usual suspects at the top: 49ers, Packers winning their divisions. The NFC East, which is always wildly competitive, they've got the Eagles 2 games better than the 8-9 Dallas Cowboys.
8-9 Cowboys?
Yes. Yes.
What happens to Dak then? They go 8-9, miss the playoffs.
Oh, I don't know.
Dak and Mike McCartney, for that matter.
But they got San Francisco going 13-4. They've got the Rams second in that division, winning a playoff spot at 10-7. The Lions 11-6 and a wild card, and they've got the Packers making it to the Super Bowl with a 13-4 record. Interesting.
Playing the Chiefs, I'm sure, right?
No, the Jets.
Oh, the Jets and the Packers in the Super Bowl.
That's what they had.
That's the whole Aaron Rodgers thing.
Yeah.
And who is it? Is this Jarrett Bell? Who is it?
It's just the USA Today crew.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't specifically say Jarrett Bell. But anyway,
Interesting.
That'd be a good storyline, though.
Oh,
hell of a story.
Gosh, yes. I don't want for it, but yeah, it would be good. So let's stay on the Jordan Love part of this. Jordan Love says, I'm showing. I'll be here, but I ain't playing. I ain't practicing until I get my new deal. This is interesting, Leon, because they say they've been working feverishly up there. The Brian Gutekunst of the world, the Jordan Love camp, they've been working feverishly to get a deal done. They can't get it done. This guy's had 1 year. Unfortunately, it just so happens to be his 4th year in the league.
Well, we pay on potential now, bro. That's the way of the world right now.
Clearly this franchise is, right?
Well, it's like I posed the question to Mad Dog. Think about it.
Yeah.
He had one sensational year.
Yeah, he did.
Way he finished.
Absolutely.
But then Mad Dog made a great point. He reminded me of what did happen down the stretch, because I loved Green Bay's chances against San Francisco, and then they came out red hot in the beginning of that game. And then when it came down crunch time and he needed to control the game, he was not able to. And that's just an experience. But are you ready to hand? Like, would you be more prepared to pay Trevor after 3 years of what you saw, or Jordan Love after 1 year of what you saw?
Probably Trevor. More than likely Trevor. I mean, because Jordan Love. But
even though there were more mistakes.
Yeah, more mistakes. Yeah, especially down the stretch in the clutch, he came up short. I mean, that's like a point guard, not assistant. You know, when you needs to down the stretch. To be honest with you, I wouldn't have paid either one of them. I had to choose one, so I chose one. I'm just saying, we're basically baking on. I need to see more productivity, bro. That's all.
See, I'm paying both of them. I think they're both going to be good players.
Because it's so hard not to have one.
You said that you think they both will be.
Yeah, well, because the position demands it. It's just the way it is.
But you see more not than good.
And Jordan Love?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was his first year as a starter. He looked pretty good,
I thought, other than
he
that,
looked really good, actually.
Other than that finish, like we're talking about, that second half of the year was tremendous.
Lights out.
It was.
Yeah, tremendous. All right, we'll keep it going. You guys can offer up your thoughts on that one. 3 years of what you've seen from Trevor, smarter to pay him. 1 year of what you've seen from Jordan, smarter to pay him. You guys can jump in. 641-1010, Beaver Chevy, Beaver Toyota Tuesday. It is XL Primetime. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Buckle up. You're in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios with XL Primetime on 1010XL. Find your new Honda at your 8 local Honda dealers.
What is this?
1010XL. It's on. 1010XL. It's always on.
Who are you?
Jacksonville Sports Radio. It's what we do.
Hey there, all you sports dads rocking the best dad bod possible. We love seeing you eat tacos by the handful, and we love it when you bring your kids here too. For years, Lucy claimed that her favorite thing on the menu was sopapillas, the big scoop ice cream. I know that's not a taco, but that never stopped her. I was shooting for Dad of the Year anyway, so I just let it happen. Taco Lou's a great place to bring the family. There's something for everyone, as long as it starts with a taco. And a margarita for mom is always a good thing. At Taco Lou in Jacksonville Beach.
Frank Frangie here. This summer, happiness is the new Chevy. Like a new Chevy Silverado from Nimnick Chevrolet. This month, you can save up to $8,500 off a new Silverado, or qualified buyers can get rates as low as 1.9% financing on all new Silverado 1500 models. With the largest inventory on the ground, outstanding cash incentives, and the best price guarantee, your perfect truck is waiting for you at Nimnick. That's Nimnick Chevrolet at the corner of Park and Cassett. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Denny Thompson here. Tackle burglars and protect your turf. Give yourself peace of mind catching everything around your home with Tyson Sound & Security's cutting-edge surveillance cameras. For safety and convenience, Tyson has you covered for all home cameras and security systems. I'm talking HD recording, night vision, and remote alerts all from your phone or computer. Call Tyson Sound & Security right now at 904-762-1000. Tyson Sound & Security. Security and automation experts.
It's storm season, and JEA is committed to keeping you informed. In the event of a storm, we'll text and email you about the status of your services. We use Facebook and Twitter to post real-time updates. Our live outage map on JEA.com lets you track restoration progress. And as crews work to restore services, our storm outreach team will be in local neighborhoods to answer your questions. Because as your community utility, JEA is here to keep you safe and connected. Your community, your utility.
Guys, feeling deflated in the bedroom? ED, low T, no energy? If your stuff is broken, call 904-STROKEN or 904stroken.com. No shots in the first treatment, now free. Fix your ED at 904stroken.com.
You don't think this would be a good moment to text somebody?
There's never a bad moment to share your opinion on the 1010XL text line. Designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Share your opinion
As soon as possible.
at 641-1010.
Right now, you may be running a little late, or feeling stressed, or overwhelmed, and you may be going a bit over the speed limit. So to help you relax, exhale. Ease up on the gas. You'll get there when you get there. Take a moment to just chill. This little break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Make sure your roof is ready for the next Florida storm by scheduling a free roof inspection with Universal Roof and Contracting. Save up to $1,250 on your roof replacement, plus flexible financing up to 15 years. Offer expires July 31st. Restrictions apply. Call 1-855-ROOF-HELP or click universalroof.com.
License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
Bueller Aaron Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's challenge
Bollinger, a paint color namer from Jacksonville, Florida. Meet Irving Stapler.
Hi, Howie.
So the next round is word association. I'll say a word and you give me the first word you think of. Engagement ring.
Jeweler.
Gas station.
Fueler.
Aaron Burr.
Dueler.
Air conditioning.
Wow. Jeez. That's a toughie.
Come on, Irv. The sponsor's going to kill me now.
Oh, Bueller.
That's right, Irv. If your AC is struggling through the summer heat, the first name you should think of for fast, friendly, 5-star service is Bueller Air and Plumbing. The name to know to make sure you are cool.
Have a beer, Irv.
Cooler.
Stay cooler with Bueller. Visit BuellerAir.com.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
This is Dr. George Bari inviting you to look online at bariorthopedics.com for the latest in medical advancements when it comes to getting you back to full joint health. After studying under Dr. James Andrews, I know proper diagnosis is the first key to treatment, and educating the patient is the fastest path to recovery. Whether it's chronic back pain, nagging arthritis, or necessary joint replacement, we're here to serve you in the best possible way. We are Bari Orthopedics and online at bariorthopedics.com.
Find out more at bariorthopedics.com. That's BAHRI orthopedics.com.
Looking to elevate your game night experience? Look no further than Best Bet. We're not just a card room, we're your destination for excitement, fun, and big wins. Whether you're a seasoned player or new to the game, we have something for everyone. Join us at Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, or St. Augustine for thrilling tournaments, exciting promotions, and a vibrant atmosphere that will take your game night to the next level. Elevate your game night at Best Bet. Visit bestbetjacks.com to learn more. That's bestbetjacks.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
ACC kickoff going on. We'll be looking at all the storylines coming out of the kickoff, including Florida State and Georgia Tech. First of the couple of schools to go in yesterday to talk. Mike Norvell talking, and we'll get a couple of pieces of sound from him coming up in just a little bit. But they're first on the practice field, too, because they're going to Dublin to play in Ireland a week before. That's basically week 0, is it not? OG 24?
It's not basically. It is week 0, right?
OG 24. How many other games are that week?
6 or 7.
Yeah.
Nothing like impactful.
Right.
It's kind of like New Mexico playing, whoever.
Yeah. Right. I looked at a handful of other games, and heck, I did a little piece yesterday on Rhett Lashley in the SMU Mustangs. Mm-hmm. One of their games is against HCU. I had no idea who that was.
Houston Christian, is that right?
Yeah, I had no idea.
I think they're going to be an FBS school pretty soon.
I kept looking around like, HCU? Who is this? I have no idea. Anyway, they have other good games. They open up their ACC play against the defending champs and the runner-up against Florida State and Louisville. So they've got a decent schedule. But anyway, we'll be looking at some of the other storylines for them. All right, let's just stay on the Jags because we were talking about T-Law versus Jordan Love. Matt set this up because we were talking about this a second ago with Dan Orlovsky. One of our dudes, he's popped on our show, particularly when it comes to talking about the quarterback.
Yeah, it's funny because Leon and I were talking off the air, and Leon's like, man, he's played one season.
Yeah.
And I was like, but it was a hell of a season. And it was. He looked sharp. He looked like an NFL quarterback, number one. He made all the throws. You know who he looked like? He looked like Rodgers. He had all the nuances of Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he shocked me. He really did.
Yeah.
I think
he shocked everyone, actually.
I think the thing that kind of blows you away, and I have to give credit to Matt LaFleur.
Yeah.
Because Matt LaFleur is probably one of the
best quarterback developers.
Well, he's less talked about.
Yeah.
He really is.
Yeah.
And you think of Andy Reid, and you think of the Mike McDaniel, and you think of these other guys, the Kyle Shanahans of the world that they laud and love so much. Matt LaFleur's done some work up there in Green Bay since he got there.
So you think 1 year merits $55 million a year?
I'd be real cautious.
I mean, you have to be cautious, no doubt, but man, it's hard to look at what he did and not think, all right, this dude, this is a player.
And see, the quarterback position is the only position where people say, because any other position, you've got to put in the work. You got to put in the time. There's got to be some consistency.
Right.
But with the quarterback, you make exceptions.
Is this year 5 for him now?
Who?
Yeah.
Jordan. Yeah, this is his 5th year. Yeah.
He sat for 3 years.
He was a clipboard holder for 3.
I understand that.
Okay, all right.
I get that.
He got one good year, and now he
saying,
should get paid.
And I can think of
million.
I can think of other guys. Now, maybe not as good as this guy had, but I know
why
there
are
are.
Hating, man.
I ain't hating.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
This guy's asking that question.
Yeah, exactly. I can't believe that. He asked me why I'm hating.
Yeah, because I protect the quarterback.
I see you do. Absolutely, you do.
But
better than the offensive line in some places.
I have seen guys that look like they look the part in year 1, and then defenses figure them out. And it just ain't the same. I do think Jordan Love has proved a lot of people wrong with his one go at it, including me.
Yeah.
And we'll find out.
Well, we should just pay CJ now, too.
Exactly.
Let's give him $55 million this year.
Well, I bet the Texans would if they could.
Right now, they're giving $55 million.
I bet they would, yeah.
Well,
because in 3 years, they're going to have to pay him 70.
Yeah. The numbers are sick.
You might have a point. Yeah. We're going to have $100 million quarterbacks in 20 years.
And not that too distant future. All right, so roll it, RJ. Here's Orlovsky just talking about the quote, potential and development of Trevor.
With the Trevor Lawrence thing, I love Trevor, massive fan of Trevor's, obviously unbelievably talented. Trevor's play hasn't warranted the $55 million a year salary. It hasn't. What they're banking on, and this is probably the first one in a long time, it feels like maybe Kyler's, where they're banking on we're going to get in on the low end because what's coming is going to be so much greater than what we've seen. Now, Trevor's had moments of like pretty darn good, really good. We all thought he would take a jump last year. He was, I guess it felt like starting that, and then the injury happened to the knee and whatnot. So, I said this. When the deal was kind of coming out, I was like, Trevor hasn't ascended into the elite quarterback conversation. He hasn't ascended into the we're going to win because of you conversation. The Jags are just banking on that he's going to. And obviously they believe that they're right. Has Tua done more than Trevor Lawrence in his career? Absolutely. Has Jordan Love done more than Trevor Lawrence has done in his career? Yeah. So that's why the Trevor Lawrence contract, I think, with the other two guys is so interesting, because if you're Jordan Love's group, you're like, our guy for 10 games last year has played better than Trevor ever has for a 10-game stretch. And so, like, the conversation starts above what Trevor got.
All right, well, first off, I love Dano. Jordan Love did not play better than Trevor Lawrence in a 10-game stretch. You can look at Trevor Lawrence's stretch at the end of 2022, and that's an elite dude. That's a top 5 dude.
Right. He may.
So I don't know if I'd go that far. I understand Dan's argument. He's got a very good argument, but I don't know if I'd take it that far.
But the other part of it, just for what Jordan Love did do, and I'll pull it up, is the touchdown to interception ratio.
Yeah, and you won a playoff road game too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, he had a moment down the stretch. But I agree with you too. I don't think for 10 games he played better than Trevor. In 2020, that stretch with Trevor won 15-2, and threw 4 interceptions.
12-1. So you're probably right.
Yeah. So I think Trevor has outplayed him. I think I've seen more. Now Jordan Love had a hell of a year last year. I mean, maybe Orlovsky's saying because we saw the back end of Trevor play well, but we saw Jordan Love play well and win a road game, which is tough as far as in Dallas.
It's also, I think, honestly, Joe, I think that the one thing that is really giving everyone hesitation about Trevor, it's not really the turnovers, which are bad. The fumbles are bad. The interceptions I can live with. It's the fact that he's not ascending right now. It's the fact that he regressed last year. I think that's what is leading to the hesitation for everyone out there. All these analysts are saying, I don't know, Trevor Lawrence. He definitely regressed. There's no way to get around it. He regressed last year. You can say the offensive line was bad. You can say he was dealt with injuries. He did not play well last year.
Well, I think that it's always going to be a combination of factors. It's always going to be not just one thing. He may have taken some things for granted. He was ready to ascend in his mind, the MVP talk, all that stuff that was taking place. But you can't dismiss injuries, poor line play, maybe questionable play calling, bad run game when you need it the most.
Yeah,
receivers not running the right routes. Receivers in the top 3 in terms of drops. He also had the most throws that were ineffective to open guys. So he has to share in some of this, but he had the injuries to deal with as well. So it's just always going to be this combination of everything that goes into why it went down the way.
Right, but you're Mr. 275 man because you got to find a way around that.
Well, you better believe it.
And that's look, it's not fair. It's not fair at all. It's not fair the quarterback gets the most credit. It's not fair they get the most blame. But if you're getting paid $275, you got to rise above it.
Yeah.
Because just like Darren Orlovsky said, he needs to be a guy where you're winning games because of him. And there haven't been many times where there weren't many last year, I should say, especially in games of significance, where they were playing well because of him. Because you can point to the 49ers game, you can point to the Ravens game, you can point to the first Texans game, the first home game. He did not play well in those games. And those were big games.
Yeah, I feel like when you think of certain guys that are at the top, and I love what Mad Dog did. He just kind of rattled off in his head, think about what this guy was able to do, this guy was able to. And Brock Purdy made you pay attention to what he was doing because he was doing it in key games, and they were winning key games. He went on the road, had to deal with injuries, threw some picks, and then he cleaned it all up once he got back to full strength. As far as his health was concerned, Trent Williams getting back at that left tackle spot, the other guys. And you remember guys that put the team on their back and go win those football games. That's what Trevor did do at the end of 22, and now has got to try and prove that he can do it on a regular basis.
Exactly. I mean, that's what I'm looking for Trevor. I mean, we make so many excuses. I need a Trevor that's going to win in spite of. Because I can't run the ball. Okay, I got to throw. I mean, the guys are – I need Trevor to just put this team on his back and just take it to where we need to go, in spite of whatever. Because listen, you go into any NFL team, you're gonna have deficiencies at different positions, but you find a way. You find a way to win games in spite of it.
I hate to keep harping on this, but you can't have the Texans, which is a division game, a big game. Every division game should be a big game for you. The Texans at home would score 17. The Chiefs at home and score 9. The Ravens at home and score 7. You can't do that.
No. And those were key games, okay? And let's also remember, and we could go play calling, but we could also go Trevor on this. They had a chance to get in the end zone against the Ravens right before the half, and we all know what happened. He threw a ball inbounds that shouldn't have, and then also the play call itself.
Yeah.
He made a huge play to get them.
Put them in that position.
Yes, correct. Inside the 5 to score, and that would have been a massive moment in that game heading into the locker room. All right, we'll keep it going. You guys jump in as well. We love it. 641-1010. You can also jump in the MyBookie Digital Studios and offer a comment there. You can easily stream us wherever you're at. It's XL Primetime.
Cruising with XL Primetime in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios on 1010XL.
There's a new one-stop shop for all things Florida State. Subscribe to 1010XL Seminoles YouTube channel, up-to-the-minute updates, analysis, and more. Plant the spear and subscribe to 1010XL Seminoles channel today.
When you're a little kid on the playground, they tell you don't hit back. Well, the courtroom isn't a playground. And if you've suffered an injury or death in your family, I'm here to tell you it's okay to hit back and fight to make them pay. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we understand all the pain and emotion that comes with being wrong. And we've dedicated our lives to making things right for people like you. So if you get hit back with Hastings Injury Law. Offices, Jacksonville.
Bolt City Heating and Air is here to keep you cool this summer. Anytime, any day, whenever you need fast, reliable air conditioning service. Their friendly technicians have fully stocked work vans, so they can get your AC done on site the same day. Rely on a family-owned, Jacksonville-grown company this summer to keep your home cooling system working smarter, not harder. Experience the bold difference. Visit BoldCityAC.com to schedule your service appointment. BoldCityAC.com.
Everybody, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. Dandy subs and sandwiches. Look, we always want you to think about those great options as you're driving around Duval. But the beauty is, even as I'm dropping pounds, Dandy's got great options for me as well. Told you all about their protein packs, delicious salads that they have out there. They have fruit cups for on the go. You know what they have. Veggie snack trays. You can grab those on the go as well. Perfect, healthy snack. Dandy is the name to know when you're on the go. So stop into a Gate store anywhere around Duval and make yours a dandy, and do it today.
Dave and Ammon here with Zero Res. So Ammon, you have worked for Zero Res since you were 9 years old. What makes Zero Res the right choice for cleaning carpets and tile?
I can think of 3 simple reasons. We have the best process, the best people, and our promise to do the best cleaning possible every time.
So what deals does Zero Res offering for this month?
July is National Carpet Cleaning Month, so for home carpet cleaning, we're offering $49 per room, and for businesses, we're offering 20% off.
Sounds like a great time to get your carpets cleaned. Zero Res.
Spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Hey folks, Rick Ballou here for John's Auto. They've been a staple in Jacksonville going all the way back to 1985. At John's Auto, they service all makes, all models, cars, trucks, diesel, you name it, they do it. Whether it's routine maintenance or a complete engine overhaul. Call John's Auto on Arlington Road. That's 904-743-3857 or go to johnsautomotivejacks.com.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On July 23rd, 1925, baseball legend New York Yankee Lou Gehrig hits his first of 23 career Grand Slams.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. Hurricanes happen in Florida. That's not news. But what happens even more often than hurricanes are home break-ins. And if security is important to you, you might want to look into hurricane-rated impact windows.
What you may not know is that hurricane-rated impact windows not only help protect your home in case of a hurricane, but they also offer another level of security for your home.
Have you seen those videos on YouTube that show people trying to break through an impact window? A thief is way too lazy to spend his energy trying to break through one of our impact windows. That's why he doesn't have a real job like you. He'd rather break your non-impact window while you're at work. Window World has high-quality, very affordable hurricane-rated impact windows to help protect your home from hurricanes and from lazy thieves.
Call us today at 904-443-7001. Get a free estimate and see for yourself. You save energy, get more security, and the windows add value to your home. With all Window World windows, you get the best guarantee in the window replacement business.
Window World, simply the best for less. And thank you for your business.
This is Hayes Carline here to help you break free from the chains of pest infestation. The talk of this town is Kingfish Pest Control. By now, many of your neighbors have already joined the Kingfish Revolution, leaving their homes and lawns protected and pest-free. Now it's your turn. Call Kingfish Pest Control and say goodbye to termites, ants, mosquitoes, and other annoying pests. Trust me, you'll get exceptional service and understand why your neighbors and I use Kingfish Pest Control, proud partner of the Jaguars.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and it is hot out there. You know that, Greg, but Honda has a plan for you on or off the road.
They do. There's a ton of Honda scooters, Honda mini motos, great for the beach. Also get you out in the woods with a Honda side-by-side. Plenty to do and stay cool.
Yeah, four-wheelers, and you can trick them out.
We can. From stereo systems to big builds, we do it all.
Everything's there for you to see. CyclesOfJacksonville.com online or on Atlantic near Regency. Check out Cycles of Jacksonville.
Hey sports fans, this is Hayes Carline from MyBookie. Look, we've all been there before. A weekend trip to the casino canceled because real life came calling. Well, MyBookie's new and improved online casino is here to change the game. Dive into a truly realistic casino experience featuring the latest in slots, progressive jackpots, and live dealer action, all from the comfort of your own home. I love the live casino. The roulette is awesome. It's so easy and so much fun. Just go to MyBookie and click Live Casino at the top. You'll find live dealers ready to deal or spin just like you're at the casino. The MyBookie Casino provides a Las Vegas experience when the action is in your hands. Start at MyBookie today with a generous sign-up bonus using promo code 1010XL, and a revamped loyalty program ensures a host of exclusive VIP perks. So sign up and hit the casino with promo code 1010XL. The more you play, the more you win. Only with MyBookie.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
All right, hanging out on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Thanks to Beaver Chevy, Beaver Toyota. You can definitely check both lots out with great deals. Ready to take care of you. They are there to wow you. Linda means it when she says it. You can log on beaverchevrolet.com or drop on by Phillips Highway. You can head to the AUG right there on US 1 or log on beavertoyota.staugustine.com. Both great dealerships. People move back and forth between those dealerships, sales and service all the time. So they definitely will take care of you. All right, so I'm looking at some of these numbers. Jordan Love, as we said, threw for over 4, had a 4,100-yard season, and threw over 30 touchdowns, and was just rock solid.
First season as a starter.
Yeah, 32-11, and the total was 41-59. Is Green Bay a more complete team? Did they have a better offensive line? Did they have a better run game? Did they have a better defense? You can go down the line. You can ask a lot of those questions, and we probably will all have different answers. But just listen to some of these numbers. Like, he completed 15 passes on 27 attempts in his first game and threw for 3 touchdowns. So that's a pretty good number.
I can't remember the last time Trevor Lawrence threw 3 touchdown passes in a game.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look. It might have been against the Houston Texans.
Or the Cowboys game, maybe?
I can't remember. But you go down the line, towards the end, they had to put the ball in the air a ton more because they weren't ready to trust him with the football in the beginning of the season. His attempts, 27 attempts, 25 attempts, around 30, around 31, one game, 20 of 26 with just a 1 touchdown thrown, yet they still won 20-3. And so then you come down the stretch, ball was in the air a bunch more down the stretch, Leon, but they beat, let's just go to Green Bay against Kansas City, 25 of 36, 69% completion percentage, 3 touchdowns, no picks. That's a hell of a performance in a big game stage. And you go down the line, and they won their last 3, including what they were able to do on the road with a playoff win. So he was maturing at the right time.
The kid's impressive, absolutely impressive. That Dallas game, I watched that playoff game on the road against the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was rock solid. Everything, the run game, the pass protecting, his throws, his diamond. He does have mannerisms like Rodgers.
Yeah,
he really,
right?
absolutely, he has those kind of mannerisms.
And against, let's see here, against Dallas, he only needed to put it in the air 21 times. Because you know what they did?
They ran.
They ran all over Dallas. And Dallas's defense just got shredded. He was 16 of 21, three touchdowns, 0 picks.
I will say this. The last time Trevor threw 3 touchdowns, he did it once last year against the Browns. He also threw 3 picks.
Mm-hmm. I've got to remember that.
Yeah. I do remember that, yeah.
That's okay, yeah. They're running together in my brain.
I mean, not only that.
That do suck.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you – I'm not – this is loading right now, so I can't really pull this up. I'm trying to figure out how many times he's done it in his career.
Mm-hmm.
How many times he had 3 touchdown passes.
Yeah. And, look, the other part, we have said this for a long time, is that this roster was not littered with good play at a lot of positions. And that's why we had the general manager change. That's why we had the head coaching change. That's why they were picking number 1 2 years in a row. All these things were taking place. But at the same time, the Green Bay Packers said goodbye to one of the greatest players we've ever seen play the position. And they were able to keep themselves right in playoff form. Okay, there's a huge difference between what Green Bay had up there when Jordan Love walked in to what Trevor Lawrence walked into.
Right.
That team.
Everything. I mean, off the field, everything, yes.
Matt LaFleur went to his first 2 years of coaching, went to the NFC Championship game both times, then was the number 1 seed the next year, and then made it to the championship game, or made it to the divisional round this last go-around.
Well, Jordan Love also walked in and they said, sit over there, kid, and just watch this guy play.
A great situation.
Yeah. So it's completely – these guys Trevor Lawrence walked into a situation where they threw him in the deep end and said, swim.
Yeah.
And he walked into where they was like, okay, it's a 0 entry swimming pool where you just easily walk in.
There's no question situationally what you find yourself in, it can lead to your success or failure. when you were drafted, you were drafted into a successful
organization.
franchise.
I mean, Shaw said he mentioned it a couple of months ago. He said that the collapse, and I feel like he was embarrassed by that collapse last year too as well. He said it was an organizational failure from the top to bottom. Everybody's going to take heat for this, and I totally agree with it. I mean, Trevor, when he came here, you're right. Trevor was no structure. When you got a young phenom like that, you got to have structure now. Now, Doug Peterson coming here has calmed the waters a little bit now, you know. But so he should be playing a lot better. So I'm looking forward to seeing Trevor this year. If we can keep him away from the injuries,
right?
You know, I think I know he's an amazing talent when he's protected.
Yeah, because I have
from himself too.
Yeah, I have to remind myself and others that he was operating at a pretty good clip. That was an 8-3 team. He did get his leg folded over and then went on the road.
He wasn't playing that well, even though they're 8-3, man.
He still played well enough to have an 8-3 record. Yes. The answer is yes.
Gold, man, it's kind of fool's gold.
It was not.
I mean, we went over it. He had 15 touchdowns and 12 turnovers.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about the overall team at that point.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at the way he played in the teams they beat in those 11 games,
I get it.
I mean, they beat the Bills. That was a great win. Other than that, what are you looking at that you're like, all right, yeah, that's a statement win?
They beat the Houston Texans, who ultimately won the division and won a playoff game.
I'll give you, all right, there's two games. There you go.
And so you probably could pick one or two others.
Which is where he said he's keeping receipts, by the way.
Yeah. Well,
that's the Trevor this
before.
franchise needs, the one who says, I'm keeping receipts, all right?
Play angry. That part I like. All right, let's make this the 10-10 take as we're talking about Trevor and contracts and everything else with your Jags.
Now, Joe C's 10-10 take. Slow smoked and served up by Sonny's Barbecue. Local pitmaster since 68.
So we're going to find out if Trent Baalke is putting together a roster that can win championships. And he's doing it differently than maybe what some of the other ones are doing. He made the decision to try and re-sign Calvin Ridley to no success. Not successful. The Tennessee Titans signed Calvin Ridley to a $50 million guaranteed deal. Trent counters by drafting Brian Thomas. So Tennessee pays Calvin a bunch of cash, and you might have had question marks next to Calvin's name half the time last year. Good, bad, whatever. Anyway, they pay him $50 guaranteed. This team drafts Brian Thomas Jr. to replace him. This team decides to sign Tyson Campbell, one of their draft picks, to a, let's just call it a basic $75 million deal. The Tennessee Titans go out in free agency and sign L'Jarius Sneed to basically the same contract. Which of these two teams are in a better situation at those two key positions? We're going to have to find out, but Baalke is staking his future right now on drafting talent that can be developed and signing talent that was developed here. And we'll find out whether that's going to be the way to go or not.
Well, the key is they're in the division. Yeah. It's one team versus the other team.
It's Calvin being defended by Tyson now.
It's Baalke against Rand Carthen is what it is, the GMs.
Yeah,
so you can look at it any way you want. L'Jarius Sneed, who everyone would agree, well, first off, he's all-pro, so you would agree he's
really
one of the
good player.
top 2-3 corners in the league, okay? Signed an almost identical deal as Tyson Campbell. He signed for $76.4 million, and $55 is guaranteed. Tyson signed for, what, $75? And $53 is guaranteed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're almost identical. And the Titans gave up a third-round pick, and they swapped seventh-round picks with the Chiefs to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
That's and you're getting as Leon says, a dog.
Yeah, pit bull. You're getting a pit bull, proven commodity.
Yeah, I like L'Jarius, and I wanted them to try and sign Calvin, so I'm not going to sit here and do revisionist history and say I didn't want that, but I am interested in watching what Calvin and L'Jarius can do up there.
But clearly you're not – if you're Baalke, you're not – I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you're not signing L'Jarius Sneed because in your head – we've got to sign Tyson Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got to give him $70 million. We can't have two $70 million corners.
Yeah,
so you made the decision that you want Tyson Campbell.
Yeah.
Is basically what
this one should make you wonder more than not being able to pay Calvin and drafting Brian Thomas.
Yeah, you're going to see this play out week after week in the division.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah. All right. So off the chat in the MyBookie Digital Studios, DB depth needs to be addressed, most definitely, one of the comments. And I can't disagree, because they need to make sure that they've got guys. They know they just paid Tyson. They think they've got Ronald Darby. They don't know for sure who's going to start on the opposite side. If it's going to be Darby, it's going to be Jarian. We're not sure. We think Savage is going to be the nickel. We're not sure. So the DB depth definitely needs to be dealt with. That's for sure. O-line can be a wreck with an injury, but you can say that about most teams. No, I'm not going to disagree with that either, because I do think that that's where they're at. They have some depth with Walker Little, right, Leon, as their swing tackle, but they don't quite know what they have as far as backing up some of those other positions.
Especially interiorly. I mean, if any of those guys interiorly go down, I mean, the depth, goes way down. Mm-hmm. It's scary almost, ultimately.
It's already scary with the 3 starters.
Yeah. Well, you could call it questionable a little bit if you wanted to.
I don't see how you wouldn't call it questionable. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And so they've got to get off to the right foot, stay healthy. Ezra's got to come through. Whomever wins that left tackle job.
Mitch Morse has to stay healthy.
Yeah, and he has.
Brandon Sheriff has to stay healthy.
Yeah, they all do. I mean, we know that they all do, but Mitch Morse has stayed healthy. Brandon Sheriff started every game last year, just ultimately got hurt a couple of times, had to come out. Just has not been the same. So, yeah, they got to be.
I'd be very interested to know the trust meter with Trevor with the O-line. I will be very interested to know that, the trust meter.
Where do you think it's at on a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah, the trust meter. I mean, it can't be high. It can't be high, bro.
6, 5?
It got to be 5.5 at best.
At best.
That's not good.
That's no way to start a season, bro.
That's not good, bro.
I'm going higher than that.
Okay, all right.
I'm going a little higher than that. All right. I may be high, but let's go ahead and finish strong.
Now, the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
My takeaway today is that pay on potential, not productivity. That's what we do. No, but listen, I'm happy for all the guys that got signed with the Jaguars, man. You never put your hand in anybody else's pocket. Trevor, Josh Allen, and Tyson Campbell, well deserved.
My takeaway is let's hear a round of applause. RJ Ball is back. Tomorrow, when you turn on the twofer, we're going to be talking ball. We're going to be talking about guys actually running around with helmets on. Yeah. Day one.
Yeah, can't wait. My takeaway is Fan Cam will be there with chili in the morning, ready to rock and roll, ready to serve it up to the good people. So all of Duval, get ready, get fired up for it. It should be a great start to training camp, and I know you all will be out there, so definitely say hey and interact with us anyway on social or on the show and let us know what you're thinking about this football team. That's for sure. RJ, before we're done, we got a giveaway, so let's hook some people up here real quick.
Absolutely. A pair of voucher tickets to the Jumbo Shrimp at 1-to-1 Financial Ballpark. Be caller number 2-641-1010 and enjoy some Jumbo Shrimp baseball.
All right, let's say thanks to Beaver Chevy, Beaver Toyota. You definitely can hook up with them and enjoy a great buying experience, service after sale. You can always count on that. BeaverChevrolet.com, BeaverToyotaSt.Augustine.com. We got to get you ready for the Frangie Show. They are coming up next, but we will hopefully see you at training camp tomorrow. Be sure and say, hey, Joe C., Matt Hayes, Big Leon Searcy, RJ Saunders, and we got the Frangie Show coming up.
Everyone wants to doubt Jacksonville. Never doubt Jacksonville.